Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at ChainLink, see what's going on. 2350 at this point in time, up about 6% on the day when Bitcoin is effectively drawing, I wouldn't say drawing dead, but breaking even at about 100,000 at this point. So generally favorable, performing better than the majority of altcoins right now. We want to kind of find out if this continuation will continue. And obviously, if there's any back-end data that we need to look at just to verify kind of where we're at. I mean, it looks like we have broken free from this descending type of trend. We're over the 20-day SMA, now the 50 for the moment. So these are all very positive signs. So we're going to take a look at a few key factors. We're going to draw out some key Fib levels here as well, and just generally understand best practice for situations like this. While we got this loading, I ask you just quickly hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Really appreciate that, and obviously help grow the channel, get this in front of more people, and hopefully a few less views for those moon boys who really don't deserve it because they don't know very much about what they're doing. I'm not claiming to be a professional by any stretch, but I have been trading for 20 years as my full-time job, and I can tell you that it is a very, very interesting market that we're in right now. But the key takeaway is that you don't want to FOMO into everything. You want to make sure that you're using, proper risk management on every trade and just ensure you're not just being an emotional idiot. Okay, that's all stuff I talk and teach. I talk about in every video. I teach, obviously, my Trading Academy. If you're curious, feel free to check that out. I've got Trading University, effectively. Links down below for that, cryptocash.tech. Let's take a look at the last 7 days of liquidation. So pretty much any and all liquidation for ChainLink has been swept for the last 7 days. So anybody shorting this coin previously on January 11th got destroyed at $21 roughly. And of course, we see late shorts at 22, 22.25, and now 24. They just don't seem to learn. And it's par for the course, folks. It's normal. People seem to think that, what goes up must come down. While it's true, that's a very accurate statement, it doesn't necessarily have to come down because it's overextended. Overextension means very little in cryptocurrency, mainly because fear and greed are like driving, motivating factors. And market makers know that a lot of people are hedged at specific levels. They look at this data too, and they recognize we're going to push the price action to that level, destroy a bunch of people's accounts, and we're going to just totally turn the price around from there. Okay. It doesn't always work out that way exactly, but it's a very, very interesting coincidence that like 80% of the time liquidation levels are swept and the price reverses itself shortly after. Okay, and again, the psychology there is to shake people out, shake out the paper hands or the high leverage idiots, and then they have ways to be able to manipulate the market how they see fit because there's no opposition at that point. They sweep a liquidation level, they short that level, or they buy in very low and pump the price action up. They really do a good job of it. And it's hard to really see on the charts, but it's very noticeable if you look at liquidation. So we see here $25 to $27 is probably the next likely target for Chainlink if the price were to continue to retest its local high, which was established on January 6th, roughly 10 days ago. We're seeing this consistency. A lot of altcoins are trying and getting close to retesting January 6th all-time highs, or sorry, more importantly, just the highs from January 6th. And then kind of, basically, it's a very strong likelihood we're going to see cup and handle pattern start to form here soon. Okay, that's hard to say. Liquidation delta is fairly high, starting to see a plateau here, implying we might see some sideways price action, perhaps a slight retracement, but you don't want to short into this kind of momentum, right? A lot of people are taking longs. Statistically, you are less probable to find success taking a short. Now, granted, you could post online and show how amazing you are with your high risk leveraged short position, but people like you and I, at least the ones that know better, are going to roll our eyes and think you're just an idiot. So please don't do that. You're simply feeding the animals here, which are the market makers, right? They're feeding off of your idiocy. So just don't do it. It doesn't make any sense. Again, easy to say, emotions are difficult to overcome, but if you omit emotions from trading, you're going to be much more successful. Super easier to say than to actually do, but that's really what you need to do at the end of the day. Okay, so $22.75, $22, $21.75. $21.75 to $22.75, likely support range for us for Chainlink if the price pulls back. The main reason why is because we have a lot of open interest, people having heavy positions at these levels, right? We got like almost 6 million in volume at about $22.75. So the price comes back down, we could see a bounce. It's going to take a lot of selling pressure to get through that, right? That basically implies we have support in those ranges. So let's just round up a little bit, say 22 to 23. We'll just kind of give it that little ballpark there. I'll post a playout chart in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you're not familiar. Every time I analyze a coin, I post that here. It's available for you if you're curious. The link's down below for that. But more importantly, For the sake of this conversation, we're going to go ahead and draw out some new fib levels and just kind of get perspective on some macro trends here. This is the daily time frame. We want to look at some important factors. We can see a point of control at about $25. I'm rounding up a little bit there. That's really close to this $24 to $25 range based on that 0.5 fib level. The key takeaway here is that we've broken our descending trend line. We are no longer establishing lower highs. Actually, correction, we might be still establishing parallel highs here, right? Apologize, I got a guard dog on duty here. And what we're looking at, of course, is the 20-day and the 50-day SMA. Those are both below the price action for the moment. That's an extremely important thing to recognize, because being above that lets us know the trend is essentially shifting, right? These are things that are important to be mindful of, because they're super impactful in the overall sense, right? So having said that, we're above those two important factors for the moment. Daily candlestick hasn't closed yet, but it's seeming likely we're going to close above 23. We do, we're also going to be above 50 on the RSI. That's another check on the check mark there, letting us know we've broken bullish. We can also see here as well with stochastic and MACD, both are converging quite nicely. Okay, so we got good momentum. We've got a good break of the trend, even though we haven't fully established higher highs here yet on the macro, because we got to respect what, 28.33. Let's just say $24. $24. We got to respect that as a resistance. Hypothetically, the price action will come back down to retest this local high and continue higher. Okay. All right, let's talk a little bit about the 4-hour and see what's going on here. Just to double check here, we're above all moving averages as well. We do got to recognize there is some overextension, of course. We can take a look here. We count this up. We're in a position right now where we're pretty well overextended, right? We're overextended leading into this $20 mark or 21, and we've pushed up with very little consolidation between now and then. So it doesn't increase the odds of pullback, but it doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to drop like a rock, okay? Especially with this extra amount of volume flowing in, that increases sustainability. You look at the money flow index, it's super high. There's no reason to short into this. In fact, the price may not pull back much at all, okay? If it does, we're going to want to look at some key fib levels, maybe some local support ranges to identify good areas of interest for either dollar cost average or taking a long position if the price pulls back. But pending it doesn't pull back at all, I think we are likely to see 2450-ish, right in that range, retested here soon, and then maybe a potential pullback from there, right? It might look something like this. So once more, I'll post a playout chart, give you my insight here. That'll be available shortly. But from a perspective here of the 4-hour time frame, we're over every single moving average. We're now over the 200-day SMA. We've closed above the 20-day SMA on the daily time frame, soon to close above the 50. There's a lot of reasons why ChainLink should be back on track now. Okay, now again, this is still a descending type of trend no matter how you look at it, so we can't get too crazy with it. I mean, you can kind of see here, we are still effectively establishing lower highs if you draw out a different type of trend line. So the best confirmation you could have here is a closure above 2450. Basically a bullish back test of that area. That's a good consideration for long, because it proves that we've broken through our local high, right? Because the reason why that's relevant is because if the price travels into this range, there's probably going to be a lot of selling pressure, okay? So please understand that. And then we take a look at that and we kind of combine it with liquidation. There is incentive for the price to push between 25 and 27 when we get there, right? But we got to get through 2450 first. So this little area here, I think, is the point of contention. We should sweep that level and continue higher, but just know we got some resistance in this range here. All right, so hourly time frame, Ichimoku Cloud, is it going to confirm? I mean, we're seeing this pretty much across the board with most coins that are worth their salt. In other words, there's zero confirming factors to take a short position. Everything I've showed you so far implies you do not short this coin. Again, simple way to understand is if you're day trading, you can short with some success. You gotta get in and get out quickly. You gotta watch it the whole time. But me, I'm a set it and forget it kind of guy. I like to sleep well at night, and I sleep well at night knowing that I take trades with confirmation. And this is every single confirming factor letting us know further upside makes sense. However, you do also got to recognize once more this overextension is rearing its ugly head. We can see we are overextended now leading into this. So hypothetically, the price should pull back. But once more, you got to recognize in cryptocurrency, overextension doesn't really factor in too much. Okay. If we're overextended leading into a resistance, I would say more likely than not we're going to pull back. But I think it's a little premature. I think we're probably going to see 24.30 first, and then we might see a natural pullback there. If we take a look at local highs, let's go ahead and double check, see if there's anything else to identify. It's a bit of a stretch, but you can kind of see that we spent some time here previously at about 22.80, and also that kind of reaffirms itself with this fib level here. So we might likely see a potential bounce from here. let's see, it would be something along the lines of this here, right, where the price action bounces off that level. So once more, it's all strictly guesswork at this point, but the overall sense is that there's no guesswork in knowing that we are truly bullish on this coin, and it's probably going to continue higher. However you decide to average in your position is up to you. Me personally, I like to take local highs. You can kind of see this area was an initial rejection zone, and it's common for those areas to be retested. So I may average in here and then average in here, right? So I got a nice little sweet average spot of $23. The price continues up. I secure profits before the golden pocket and or right within that liquidation zone. Those are just little things that I do. Again, you would know that if you're part of our community, cryptocash.tech. If you're curious, it's all there for you. Just to confirm too, congratulations and thank you for the awesome feedback. SEI long at 19%, Dogecoin 33%, and Bitcoin 31%. We're pretty much heavy on longs, if you will. Not super heavy, only 3 open trades, but it's still, still good profits there. So thanks again to my community for just being super, super awesome, and you're welcome to. I'm glad it's working out. Thanks again. I hope you all have a good rest of the day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. I'm so sorry. One last thing. Join us at Bitunix too, folks. There's 15 days left in this little promotion there. Every single month, if you use my link to register originally, you'll always be eligible for any future trading bonus and competition. It's all available for you there. Links down below. We'll check you out soon. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Thanks again for your time. Bye-bye.